What is good, everyone? Welcome to this video. I'm Charlie from Conscious Creation, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you a manifestation formula that can help you attract the things that you would like to experience in your life. So what I'm going to share with you today are the teachings of Neville Goddard. Now, when I first got into manifestation, he was one of the first teachers that I came across, and I read a lot of his stuff and I compiled a formula of his teachings in a simple way for you today. Now, I've got a free ebook below that can help you with this process if you want to dive a bit more deep into it. Now, let's get straight into it. So what is manifestation? It is the combination of using your imagination and your intuitive impulses to attract something in your life that you would like to experience, whether it be a relationship, a new house, a new type of lifestyle, more abundance, maybe relocating to a new place to live, whatever it may be. One of the first parts of this formula is what Neville talks as planting the seed, which basically means impressing our subconscious mind with the wish fulfilled. How would we feel as if we already have that which we want? Now, Neville always talks about the feeling. The feeling is the key to manifesting what you want. So when it comes to planting the seed, is we need to construct a scene in our mind that already implies that we have what we want. Now, it's really important not to visualize the manifestation process as you go, but to visualize the end product. So let's say you are trying to manifest a new house. You want to visualize living in that house. What would you see? What would you touch? What would you smell? As if you already have that experience. Once we plant it within our subconscious mind, it's like a seed. And over time, it starts to grow and things will happen that will attract that into our life. So how can we go ahead and impress this upon your subconscious mind? Is we need to fall asleep with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So as you're constructing that scene in your mind, it's really important to give it as much detail as you can, because let's say you're falling asleep with that feeling, is you don't want to try and figure out the details as you're falling asleep, because your brain waves are going to increase, which is going to stop it being implanted upon your subconscious mind. Because let's say you are trying to manifest a new house, is your analytical mind or the little voice in the back of your head is going to say, oh, we can't do that, that's not possible. And so we need to shut that part of the mind off in order to get this construct into your subconscious mind. So as we're falling asleep at night, is we shift out of what is called beta brainwaves and we head into alpha, theta and delta. Now usually we're in delta and theta as we're asleep, but there's this 10-minute window where we're shifting from that alpha to that theta, where we are still conscious, we are still awake, but our analytical mind, the little voice in the back of our head, shuts off completely and doesn't judge what we're trying to manifest and simply accepts that. And that's what we want to plant into our subconscious mind. Now, it's recommended that you do this for about 30 days in order to have it impressed upon your subconscious mind. You can do it sooner once you get really good at it. But the key is the stronger the feeling, the sooner it's going to be planted within your subconscious mind. So once it is planted, once the seed is planted within your subconscious, you will start to see synchronicities. So this is the key to knowing that it has been planted properly, is you'll see certain situations in your reality that are reflecting this new manifestation. So let's say you're trying to manifest a certain amount of money. You might see that amount of money everywhere you go. You could see it on the TV, maybe in a book. I remember when I started doing this, I wanted to give it a test and I wanted to manifest a certain amount of money. And literally the next day I was speaking to someone and they said that exact amount of money. I was like, how is this even possible? And once you start to see those synchronicities, then you know the seed has been planted and you just simply let go. Another really important point when it comes to manifesting is you always want to see it through your own eyes. This is a big mistake that a lot of people make. When they manifest things, is they see it in third person. And what actually happens is over time, the manifestation works out perfectly, except they're not the one who receives the manifestation. Someone else does, because when they were visualizing in their mind, they were looking at the scene as if they weren't the one who was actually experiencing it. So it's really important to see it through your own eyes when you want to manifest things. So once the seed has been planted, your job is done. You must then learn to let go. It's really important to let go, because if you're always trying to figure out when's this going to happen, how is it going to happen, is you're basically saying to the universe that you don't believe that you already have what you want. Because the key is getting into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you already feel like you have what you want, you wouldn't be trying to figure out when's it going to come, how is it going to happen. This is what we're trying to do when we're visualizing. And when you impress it upon your subconscious mind and you get into the feeling, is your brain doesn't know the difference. And this is what allows you to get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Now, once it's planted within the subconscious mind and you have then let go in terms of not worrying about how it's going to come to you, is the next step is called the bridge of incidence. So when it's planted within your subconscious mind, is your subconscious mind is basically working with infinite intelligence, which means it uses the law of least resistance, which means it can bring things into your life in ways that your conscious mind couldn't comprehend. You could try and figure out all the amazing ways in which it could come to you, but you wouldn't even come close to how the universe can construct it for you, because it's working with this intelligence that is much greater than the conscious mind. Is we can't interfere with this. So with this bridge of incidence, is they're stepping stones that will lead you to your manifestation. So we have the imagination process, and this is where our intuitive impulse comes in, because it will lead us to do certain things. It was like the universe lays out these breadcrumbs that we need to follow. And so we get this intuitive impulse to maybe go and see someone, make a certain phone call, get on that plane to that certain country, to go and do whatever that impulse is. But a lot of the time, it's our conscious mind is like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I be doing that? And it interferes with this. So it's really important to understand, once the seed has been planted, that you learn to let go and trust these impulses that you get. A good way to look at it is we want the balance of the masculine and the feminine. If we're trying to bring something into our life using purely masculine energy, what that is just go, 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 breaking through all the obstacles and going directly towards what you want. And yes, this can work, but is a lot more struggle and a lot more obstacles along the way. If we're trying to manifest purely through the feminine, is we're just sitting around all day and visualizing. Now, this can work if your belief system is on par and you're basically like a spiritual G. But what we want to do is we want to use a combination of both. So we are visualizing what it is that we want to manifest, and then we are anchoring it into our physical reality by having those intuitive impulses that we get. So for example, if you're trying to manifest a winning lottery ticket, you still have to anchor it into your reality by buying a lottery ticket, but you will get the impulse of when to do it. So just to sum it up for you, we want to plant the seed. So construct that scene in your mind of what it is that you want to manifest, fall asleep with that feeling for about 30 days. And then you'll start to see synchronicities. Things in your life will start to reflect back to you this new manifestation. Then we must learn to let go. We need to release it. And then we'll get impulses that will lead us along these stepping stones to our manifestation. Now, I recommend always starting small with this, because if you are trying to manifest your dream straight away, if you're trying to manifest that house and that amazing lifestyle, there may be a lot of stepping stones that need to be taken in order to get you to that manifestation, and you might lose some faith along the way. So you want to build up that faith, build up that knowing by starting small. Simply manifest a 20p piece, or an elastic band, or a hat, something small that's easy for you to then let go. So, and you might not need to do this for 30 days. You might only need to do it for 1 or 2 nights because it's within your belief system. But for the bigger stuff is we want to do it for a little bit longer. But start small, and it starts to build your confidence with the process. And then you can start to manifest the bigger stuff. So thank you for watching. I will put a free ebook, like I said, at the bottom, which can help you with this process. It goes in a step-by-step process. Apart from that, peace and take care.